Hello everyone, and welcome to another video on the PESCC Card Collection YouTube channel. We're going to be doing something a little bit different in this video, and that is a pack and play challenge. In this challenge, I am going to be competing against my friend Mark, who recently got into the game, and we will both use 750 prime balls to open up 3 of the Appreciation Fest draws. We will then be able to use any players we pulled from these 3 draws to put together the best team we can, and see who comes out as the winner in a head-to-head match. There will also be additional rules we must follow, along with a punishment for the loser at the end, but I will give you more details about that shortly. Now, let's get into the video, but first, why not like the video if you're enjoying the idea, and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you'll be notified whenever we upload. To start off, let's first go over the basic rules of this new series. Rule number 1, both players can only use players drawn from the agreed upon amount of draws. For this episode, we are allowed to spend 750 prime balls on 3 Appreciation Fest draws. Rule number 2, both players can unlock up to 3 player skills on any players of their choosing. Rule number 3, if you draw duplicate players within your draws, you can fuse them to gain the talent. Rule number 4, neither player can use formations that are able to be leveled up. And finally, rule number 5, you cannot level up any of your players before the match occurs. Along with these rules we must follow, there's also a punishment for whichever team loses, and that is, the loser must discard any card drawn within their draws, of the winner's choosing. So for example, if you drew Ronaldo and you lost, your opponent can choose to have you delete that card. To make things a bit less punishing however, both players are allowed to put a safety on one card they've drawn, and that card cannot be chosen for deletion if they lose. Now, let's get drawing. I will give you a quick viewing of the appreciation banner so you can know what we can expect from these draws. Basically, the first draw guaranteed at least one international 5-star player, and the last draw guaranteed an international refraction player, so there's quite a good chance at some high-value cards from this banner. Now, let's look at what I managed to pull and start building my team from there. We were off to a good start with the first draw, getting the gold banner, and tons of useful players to build the team around. By the end of the first draw the team was looking like this, and not only is Bonucci a phenomenal defender who I already have a 95 version of with 2 limit breaks, so I hope I don't have to discard him, but Danilo is a great wing back, and because he can play left or right back, his versatility will be amazing for team building around. So far we have a very strong defensive base to build the rest of the team around, but still no goalkeeper, so hopefully we'll manage to pull one in the next 2 draws, because that's a position that could make or break us. Also, if you're wondering why only 10 players are in the team so far, it's because one was a duplicate, so I was able to fuse them together. Unfortunately though, I only got an EP talent, and that's not much help for head-to-head matches where EP doesn't matter. Now, on to draw 2, and this is a make or break draw, because a 5-star player isn't guaranteed, so if I could get a 5-star player, it'll put me in a good position to get an advantage over Mark. Unfortunately, no 5-star player came my way, but I did however manage to pull a 4-star goalkeeper, which is massive, plus I got a few other decent 4-star players to fill out the rest of the positions in the squad. The team is starting to look good defensively, but we really need some firepower up top if we're going to win this, so hopefully we can get a 5-star striker from the final draw. Now, on to the third and final draw, and this one guaranteed a refraction player, so this was the one that had me most excited. This draw was a game changer for me. Not only was my refraction player great, with 2A ranked skills, and a high overall, but I also managed to pull a decent level 99 striker to lead the line, and an amazing 104 overall goalkeeper in Szczesny to dominate in goal. Szczesny was also a bonus for me because I have his 100 overall MVP version limit broken up, and refraction in my main team, so if I don't have to discard him, he'll be a massive improvement to my starting 11 for my main team. By the end of the 3 draws my team was looking like this. I was pretty pleased to manage to field a full starting 11 of 4-star players or better, and I was confident Mark wouldn't be able to top my 3 draws. For the 3 skill unlocks, I decided to unlock Bonucci's perfect read, to give a bit of defensive cover at the back, along with Gundogan's mid-range sniper, so I could hit some long-range shots from the midfield, and Murata's post player so I could have someone up top finishing off the chances that comes his way. I chose these 3 skills because I felt they would be the perfect balance of attack and defense to win the match. I also set these players to these roles, because I believe they were the best players to fulfill those duties. I didn't manage to unlock any teamwork settings though, so hopefully Mark doesn't either, or that could give him a big advantage. As for my safety player, I am going to put a safety on my 104 Szczesny, because he's the player that would improve my team the most, and hurt me the most to lose. Now, let's check out Mark's draws, and see how he set up his team. I will not be going too much into detail about the reasoning behind any of his choices, in order to save time. Also, I did not see his draws before making any of my decisions, so none of his draws affected my decision-making process. Now, let's see who he pulled first. Mark got off to a good start, and immediately he had a better striker than me, which had me slightly worried. In his second draw, he didn't manage to pull any 5-star players, much like I did, and he was still yet to pull a goalkeeper, so if he didn't pull one in the third and final draw, he'd be at a massive disadvantage. although his third draw was pretty awesome, seeing him pull an insane refraction midfielder who could dominate the middle of the pitch, and he managed to pull another 5-star attacking player in Pedro. His defense was looking a bit suspect, and he did not pull any goalkeepers, so he could be in for some trouble. This is how he managed to put his team together, and I'm not going to lie, I went into the match feeling very confident my team would get it done. Mark chose to unlock Pedro's goal hunter, Verratti's fly-through pass, and Martinez's mid-range sniper. He also managed to pull some decent talents from some of his duplicate draws. For his safety, he chose Refraction Verratti, so if he loses, I cannot have him delete that card. This is who he chose for his team roles, and he also wasn't able to unlock any teamwork settings within his team. Now, it's time for the main event, the match between both our teams. We chose our punishment players, and if I lost, I would lose Refraction Gundogan, and if he lost, he would lose 101 overall Martinez, so a lot was on the line for both teams. You can see to the sides how our teams matched up, and it was pretty evenly matched. I had him beat for total strength and grade, and he had me for talent. We remained even on skills because we both unlocked 3A rank talents. Now, let's see how the match unfolds. I immediately took the lead only 10 minutes into the match, thanks to a strike from Danilo, and my team was looking far superior so far. By the 25th minute my lead was doubled, thanks to Morata, and I started bantering a bit with the stickers. By the halftime break I was ahead in all the major categories, and it looked as if I'd be keeping a hold of my Gundogan card. By the 80th minute, Morata scored his second goal of the match, giving us a 3-goal advantage, and surely putting the match out of Mark's reach. Sloppy play from Mark's mediocre defenders led to a penalty in the 90th minute, allowing Morata to complete his hat-trick, and rub salt in the wound, ending the match in a 4-0 comprehensive victory for my team. Statistically, both teams were very even, but in the end, my team managed to outperform Mark's on the night. You can see by the stats that Mark's players didn't perform many key actions in the game, whereas my players performed phenomenally, scoring from every shot they took. Now that the match was finished, it was time for Mark to delete his Martinez card.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
I hope you all enjoyed this new concept. If you did, drop a like on the video. It really helps grow the channel. I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I've just been looking for someone to do it against, and it took a while to save up prime balls and wait for the right draw, but I plan on doing a lot more of these in the future. Hopefully I'll be able to do some pack and plays versus other content creators on the platform, because that's really the main thing I am hoping for from this series, to be able to collaborate with others who love making content for this game, and having some fun along the way. So if you're interested in something like this, make sure to send me a message. I would love to collaborate with as much as you as possible. Of course, it may take some time between episodes, because I would need to save up Prime Balls, and we would need to wait for a good banner, but leave me a comment and we can plan accordingly. Also, leave some ideas on how I can improve the series, like if there's some rules you think I should add or change to make it more entertaining for you all. But that about wraps up another video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you'll be notified when the next episode drops. And until next time, may the draw gods be forever in your favor. Thanks for watching another one of our videos. If you enjoy our content, please consider becoming a member of our Patreon page. You will receive cool monthly perks, as well as help us to create content more frequently. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe with those notifications on.